Hey everybody, it's Stoppage Time. I'm Lawrence Presman, the Prez, co-founder of Wagertalk Media, owner of Wagertalk.com, SportsMemo.com, and the iconic Gold Sheet. Excited to have Nick Boorman and Carmine Bianco with us. We're going to talk soccer, but first and foremost, a question that has been bothering me throughout the quarantine. And Carm, I'll go to you first. Was Popeye created by a spinach company to sell spinach?
Very interesting question. Does that same spinach company also own an olive oil company?
That's another good question. Did the olive oil and spinach industry get together to create Popeye? Nick, would you like to weigh in on this super important question?
I have not given this question any thought. It's been a long time since I watched Popeye, but I do truly miss the show. What was Brutus? Was that
Yes,
that was the other
Brutus,
guy?
yeah.
But in all seriousness, I mean, the consumption of spinach went up substantially, and I racked my brains, and I couldn't come up with any other person or cartoon or anything that was so product-centric. I mean, yeah, this is the riddle of the quarantine. With that said, I did Google it, and I know the answer.
Do you? Okay. There's actually an answer to
Yeah,
that
but
question?
supposedly people have been putting that up into Google. Or as my mother calls it, Google.
Go.
She's like, Lawrence, have you Googled? Anyway, so no opinion on that question. Nothing, huh?
Well, I know you know the answer, so I'm going to say no, that it wasn't. Although you would think cartoons back in the day, they wanted kids to eat right. So maybe, the whole spinach thing gives you strength, was part of it.
Okay, well, the answer is no.
I was right.
It was just
And then I
a
talked
bunch of
myself
studio
out of it.
executives wanted Popeye to eat spinach, and they did studies, and it created a 30% increase in spinach intake, and then they did studies to show that that was false. So who knows, my friend? Who knows? Best of luck to everybody in the states that are opening today. I hope it all works out really well and we're on the way to ending this COVID situation and getting some sports back. Day 51, Carm.
Is it 51? Yeah. I don't know. I got up this morning. Yesterday, as Prez knows, I celebrated my 2-year anniversary with my beautiful wife. And after dinner, I set up a Zoom and invited a bunch of friends who came to the wedding and some Wagertalk people. Lawrence popped in with Viv. Kelly Stewart popped in, and I was drinking wine, and we consumed like a couple bottles of wine. I say we, but it was mainly me. And this morning I woke up and I was like, is it Saturday? Is it Sunday? I'm like, fuck.
I think Friday. Nick's only takeaway from that story is why the hell wasn't he invited?
It's very true. Yeah. It's in the mail.
Hey, David Taboldi, what's happening, my friend? Tabadi, he gives a shout out from Israel, and it's funny, David. Carm and I were just talking Fauda. I have 2 episodes left of season 3. So good, Carm.
Yeah, I'm at episode 5, so please don't tell me. I know you won't. But just soccer related for a second.
Oh, this is the soccer show.
Just soccer related for a second. Nick, I know you probably saw the game yesterday or wagered on it. Such a bad beat. Kelly sent me a message later because she took it as well too. I took I had the relegation game yesterday. I had Jalapa. They were a pick 'em on the 2-way line. They're up 1-0. The other team gets a red card with about 22 minutes left. And we're coasting. You know what I mean? I just can't see how we're going to lose this. And the other team scores 2 goals, including one in the 89th minute to completely squash that wager. I just don't know how we lost that wager. It sucks. But on to tomorrow's final.
Well, let's talk about tomorrow's final. Nick, fill us in. What do you got on the Nicaraguan final situation going on?
Well, we alluded to this over the last few shows, but the number 1 and number 2 seeds were very important to get in the regular season for good reason, and they're both here in the finals, easily making it all the way here, really. two of the best teams all year, and really for the last few years. Esteli's won this league, I think, 4 straight years now. Even actually, might be even longer, 6 straight. Managua has been fantastic all year. They're unbeaten right now in 15 matches? Might be more than that. Yeah. 15, Carm?
15 or 16. One or two.
So, they're playing fantastic. The 2 matches they played against Esteli already this year, they won 2-0 at Esteli, and they drew 1-1 at home. So they've been playing very well against Esteli, like I said, who's the horse in this league. I think right now I was not expecting the line. We'll talk about the line real quick. Coming out I actually saw a little bit ago, it was 3/4 of a goal favored to Esteli, but that's quickly come down to a half a goal right now, and the over/under is at 2.25. So similar to the 2 semifinal games, I was expecting to see 2 as the total, and expecting to see either a pick'em or maybe minus 0.25 to Esteli. So I can't find any reason why Managua on the road should be catching this full half goal, in my opinion. So, I think that's the way you got to look at this match. They really have been tough to beat. Their defense has been very, very good all year. Offensively, both teams are very similar. But defensively, I think Managua's just been a little tick up this year. On the road, maybe not quite as much, but still they are very strong on that side of the ball. So I can't make any other recommendation right now, and I haven't dug too much yet into some of the numbers behind the teams that in their history. I've just looked at the recent results, and everything screams Managua here. But this season alone is it's hard to argue taking that full half goal. I think it's a gift, to be honest, right now. I think it's going to move against us, so it's probably something you got to grab while it's available.
Carmine, both games they've played this year ended with 2 on the board. The total in this one is 2.5 to the under of minus 140. Nick likes the side. Feel free to talk on the side, but do you have any thoughts on the total?
Yeah. Excuse me. I waited for this line to come out because you generally have to jump on these lines the minute they come out because, like I said, they're always volatile. And as Nick alluded to, even though I haven't put up a play up yet on the site, these are my thoughts on what I'm likely going with. But I did take when the line came out, I did take Managua because at the time they were plus 295. And there was a split line, as Nick had mentioned, of minus a half, minus 1. So I took that because they're the best team in the league. I figure they're going to get a result at Esteli. So I wanted to take that number because I think it's at 275 now. So it's gone down 15 cents, and it's a half goal. And I think it's probably going to go down a bit further, to the point where you're probably going to see Esteli at like plus 110 and Managua probably at plus 240, plus 250. So if you can get it now, I would say take the plus money because it's not really going to go any higher than that. It's only going to go lower, I think. Going to the total, I just 2 very good defensive teams. I just think it's another one of those ones where you're not going to see 2.5 much longer. Typically, when you see a 2.5 with a minus 135 on the under, the next tick is 2.5, as opposed to giving you big juice of like minus 150, minus 160. So it's holding right now 140, but you're going to see it split down to 2.5. So if you're going to take the under, which I think is the play here as well too, you've got to grab it now while it's at 2.5 before it goes any lower.
Carmine Bianco. You can find him at wagertalk.com. Nick Boorman at sportsmemo.com. And Nick, Kane gave you a shout out. Welcome to the show, Kane. Nice to have you. He said you busted his bracket. I'm assuming he's talking rock, paper, scissors. So shame on you, Nick. Who did you...
I think I was set up. I don't know if it was a fair fight.
Yeah, right, because you don't know how to use your own hands?
Well, originally I think I saw the bracket come out. I was playing Minty, and then I got put up against the CEO, and I felt obligated to lay down, and, I didn't want to get fired on Monday. So
explain how you would lay down in rock, paper, scissors. What's the ultimate strategy to losing in that game?
Well, I knew what Rick was thinking, and he's, a powerful guy, and I knew he just pretty much wanted to squash me in every regard possible. So he was going to come and rock a lot, and I just, threw out scissors as much as I could, let him take me down, and that was it. I mean, it's pretty simple thinking, really, Prez.
Yeah, I'm thinking you didn't at all, but guys, check out Wagertalk TV, our YouTube channel. We have round 1 up for the rock, paper, scissors championship, and I'll tell you, it's just worth watching, man. I mean, it is just funny and entertaining. I absolutely loved being a part of it. So thank you to you, Carmine, for organizing it and putting it together. It was amazing fun.
The first 2 Elite 8 matchups were posted today. They were Johnny and Rick Alec. And the 2 muscle men who threw it down in the cage, UFC Kyle and the Prez. So those are up. You can see who made it to the Final 4 on that side of the bracket.
Yeah, guys, the videos are so much fun. Todd Corman, thank you for joining us. Real pleasure having all of you guys with us. Nick, Todd asks, does anyone like the over in Slutsk versus Minsk?
Dynamo Minsk.
Yeah, us soccer guys just go with Din.
All right.
The over, I didn't really like the total in that match too much. If you look at some of the numbers, I do have a play on the side, so I don't want to allude to too much. But if you look at the shots numbers behind both teams, they're both pretty average. But right now, Slutsk is a team that's kind of overperforming as far as their scoring goes. They have the best conversion rate in the league by double the league average, meaning the shots they're taking really aren't. They really should be scoring at the clip they are. So over the course of the season, you should see that come down, and they will reduce their scoring. So I think if you look at the quick results, I think they have 4 overs in their 6 matches, but I think it's misleading. I think they're overperforming, like I said. So I stayed away from the total on that one. I just think the underlying numbers suggest that that probably isn't going to continue for them. Dynamo Minsk on the road is not quite as strong offensively, so I'm staying away. I think the total at 2 is set properly. To me, it was 50-50. If you have any other arguments on that yourself, feel free to do what you got to do, but that's my personal opinion.
Carm, any thoughts on that game?
No, I throw these to Nick just because I haven't been following or betting the Belarus Premier League, so I'm passing on trying to give on any of those because it would be at this point one with no research whatsoever. So I wouldn't want to give something out that I'm not betting.
Carm, let's talk about an update and what's going on around the world, and then Nick will go to you for a free pick in the Belarusian Soccer League, and then I got to go watch the last 2 episodes of Fauda.
Okay, well, for you lovers of sports, we're going to have some sports returning. This is pretty much how it's going to go down. So the in England, the FA they met earlier today. Obviously, with the time difference, there's more news out. They've come up with a plan where they're waiting, obviously, for the government to loosen sort of the restrictions in place right now. But the plan is the season can be played out in empty stadiums, but they won't be. There'll be 10. They require 10 neutral stadiums. So. They won't be playing at Anfield or the Etihad or at Old Trafford. They're going to be playing at 10 neutral stadiums. So it's similar to what I talked about before at with St. George's Park, where where their national team plays or practices. So you can do that. So Project Restart, as far as June 8th, is still in play for the Premier League of England. Bundesliga, the German government delayed their decision. It was supposed to come out yesterday. They delayed it a week, but it's something that I had mentioned would probably happen. So they're still on pace for the 16th or 23rd of May to restart their seasons because the players have been practicing. Italy, all teams in Italy voted unanimously to finish off the season. The teams will start training on May the 18th, the day after the lockdown in Italy is eased up. And in Spain, well, we know France canceled, and in Spain, the government has approved for basically soccer to return again. All the clubs will start testing their players on Monday, this coming Monday, and then players will return the following Monday to training, and they're going to restart their season in the middle of June. So it'll be Germany first, the 16th or 23rd, followed by Italy, Spain, and EPL. So soccer is returning. Knock on wood, nothing bad happens between now and then. Things continue to get better in this world, and we've got sports returning, boys.
Yeah, so, Carm, on that note, and David, just quickly, Carm and I are watching Fauda Season 3. Carm, on that note, Johnny, myself, and Rick are obviously on a three-way text group, and, Johnny loves to update us on a regular basis about what's going on in the NBA and baseball and hockey, et cetera, and obviously we're getting updates from Serie A and Bunda and all the EPL and all the other leagues, and for me, I sit back and I read some of this stuff, but over the last few days, I literally have just stopped reading. Like, there's an article up on ESPN right now about the NBA coming back and their bubble plan, and it's like, until it starts, it hasn't. And that's sort of the way I'm looking at it, because, who knows what the next week or two is going to bring us. And it's not like COVID's going away. So I'm with you, brother. My fingers are crossed. I'd love to see soccer start up. I'd love to see all the sports start up. But I am on a whole ignoring most of these updates.
Yeah, there's nothing we can really do about it. Listen, it's there. The virus is there. There's not going to be a vaccine for it for, I believe, at least a year, no matter what they're saying on TV. The only way it's ever going to come back is it's closed stadiums, closed arenas. It's the only way this is going to work. For the 92 games that they have left to finish off their season, which they want to finish off because they don't want to lose that $1 billion, they need, and it was said, 40,000 testing kits, because they're going to test everyone. It works out to essentially 435 testing kits per game that is played between medical staff. Players are told that they come to the training grounds already dressed in their cars. They leave for meals. So there's if the teams are going to provide them with meals, it has to be takeout to their car where they have to leave. The managers have virtual meetings, so there's no meetings. Essentially, everything is isolated until the games are played on the field. So it's one of those things. It's going to be very tough to handicap this. I think Nick and I will put our heads together to sort of figure this out, but it's going to be very tough. But just seeing sport return to TV gives, I think, us, not from a gambling point of view, but from a humanity point of view, a bit of a respite. It's like maybe things are returning to normal.
Nick, today is International Space Day. Do you think they're referring to the space like the moon and the stars, or are they referring to the space between people? Is it because we have to social distance? Who created it? How do people gain out of it? I mean, usually these days are based on selling stuff. Are they selling space? Can you enlighten us on International Space Day, please?
Well, before we got on there, I did a lot of research on this because I knew you were going to ask me this question. And I think it's just coincidence that it happens to be coming up during the COVID pandemic. So no, this space day is purely astronomical, up in the sky, all the stars, all the planets, that kind of space. I don't know what the hell they're trying to sell on this day.
So I mean, it really lends the question. We started the show by asking, did the spinach companies create Popeye? Did the space companies hire a marketing department in New York and create International Space Day? Who came up with this one?
That's a great question. I mean, what are they really trying to sell in space? You can't go there. You can't buy any, it's not like you have a souvenir shop up there that you can bring home a t-shirt with. So I'm not really sure what they're trying to sell you. Maybe a subscription to NASA magazine. Do they make a magazine or a, subscription?
I don't know. I don't know. I just, I thought it was an important thing to discuss on a soccer show. Nick,
Did you know, Lawrence?
Yeah, Carm?
Did you know that you can get 25-1 odds that by 2024, November 14th, there will be a 10-person Mars base?
I would go with the no.
Okay, the no is you'd have to lay, that's a lot of zeros. 1, 2, 3, 7 zeros in a 1. So you'd have to lay minus 1 million to win. Is that to win like $100?
Well, I prefer to lay 1 million to win 100, not minus 1 million. I mean, minus 1 million to win 100 seems like a good bet.
I'm saying the odds are a million to win 100. I believe that those are the odds. Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the soccer show. Stoppage Time will be back on Wednesday. Nick, Kane asks a question, and then we'll go to your free pick in the Belarus Soccer League. He wants to know if all the games are going over and under. So I guess we're talking the grand salami, if you will.
I have not looked at that number. What's the total, Kane?
No idea, dude.
I don't know what that
Dude, I'm
is.
still stuck on Fauda, and I just want to get back to my television set. So give us a free pick for the Belarusian Soccer League, and I'm going to go eat a Montreal smoked turkey sandwich with tomato, lettuce, onions, cucumber, peri-peri mayonnaise. And, of course, I will toast the Italian bun.
Sounds delicious. Free play tomorrow morning, Belarus AM, Rook Brest over Gorodea at home. Rook Brest is a promoted team. They finished third in the second tier last season. And so far, they've been doing pretty well. They're averaging 10.8 shots on goal and 10.8 shots overall and 4.5 on goal, which is just a little bit ahead of the league average, where Gorodea is averaging a league low 3.2 shots total and only 2 on goal. And if you look at the standings really quick, Gorodea is ahead with 3 wins and 3 losses, where Rook Brest is only 2-2, 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. So not a lot of separation there, but I think what we're seeing here is Gorodea is really overperforming as far as offensive stats go. They have 12 shots on goal through 6 games, yet they have 3 goals, and Rook Brest has 27 shots on goal in their 6 games and only have 2 goals. So you can see the volume is big time in the favor of Rook Brest in this one. Just they haven't been able to convert. And as I mentioned before, conversion rate is something I look at a lot here, because especially early in the season, you're going to see a lot of these anomalies, and I think this is one. So right now the line is about minus 105 to minus 110 to get Rook Brest on the 3-way line at home. I think that's the play. I think the numbers behind it suggest to take them, and I think they're going to pull through with a win. So Rook Brest, 9 a.m. Saturday morning, Belarus.
And he's awesome. Nick Boorman. You can find him at sportsmemo.com. Abel, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. He's cooking a Southwestern Strata in the oven. Should be ready in 30 to 40 minutes. It seems like Abel is talking as much crap as I am, Carm. Like Abel,
making me hungry.
Yeah, like Abel. Thanks for shouting that out, bro. Enjoy your Southwestern Strata. Does anyone know what a Southwestern Strata is?
Why don't you Google it?
Google? I'll Google it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you actually put tomatoes on a Montreal smoked meat sandwich?
It's turkey. Montreal smoked turkey. I would never put tomatoes on a Montreal smoked meat sandwich.
Well, because you mentioned it, I thought you said a Montreal smoked meat sandwich, and I was like, oh God, tomatoes? Is he kidding?
No, that would be sacrilege. So I'm trying to find this. There's even a recipe. Oh, it looks good. Carm, it's like right up your alley.
I'm looking at it right now. It's looks pretty good.
There's a picture for everybody of a southwestern strata. Abel, enjoy, my friend. It looks like a kind of a quiche, if you will.
Ranch style beans, cream style corn.
I love corn.
Cheddar cheese. Sounds good.
I'm a big corn
does
guy.
Sound pretty good. No.
So that's the show, boys.
I don't want to even go there.
Unless, Carm, you have anything else to add about International Space Day or any other soccer news?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, Leg 1 of the Nicaraguan Clausura Finals. Leg 2 will be played on Wednesday, of course. So our Wednesday show will cover Leg 2 finals, and hopefully we'll be talking about how Nick and I cashed big on Managua FC.
Well, good luck, boys. Nick, we almost made it 30 minutes. Kind of amazing, given that we have nothing to talk about.
Well, hopefully soon we'll have too much to talk about, and you'll be trying to shut us up quicker than we want to.
Well, I'm always trying to shut Carm up quicker than he wants me to.
Yeah. I'm trying. It's sometimes, these early shows, I have to formulate my thoughts. You know what I mean? So it's 10 a.m. in Vegas right now.
Yeah, it's also like, I don't know, 2 a.m. in Managua. Okay.
Prez, are we playing poker tonight?
Yeah, we got Pamp going tonight, bro. Last game of the season.
Last game of the season. All right. I guess I'll see you online at 9 p.m.
Yeah, Adamo just
your
texted
account is
me.
fully funded and loaded.
Adamo just texted me asking if he can join. Hell no. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Make sure to check out the 3 p.m. Eastern show. It's the Pony Pundits with Marco and Sig. They will talk horse racing, one of my favorite things in the world. David Tabati, who won in your contest? I don't know what contest he's talking about.
He's talking about the rock, paper, scissors.
We actually don't have a winner yet. We do have the 2 finalists, and Carm will be announcing when they're going to duel. Carm, let's go billiard style. First to 11.
First to 11? No, God, no. And then they have to win by 2. It would take forever.
Yeah, because we're all so busy, dude.
And my wrists would probably hurt from like all those rock, paper, scissors.
Oh,
no.
Implying that he made the finals. Well, you'll have to find out.
No.
Check out the shows. Guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe to our channel, and make sure to click the bell so that you know when our shows go live. Boys, have yourselves both an outstanding weekend. We will see you Wednesday on Stoppage Time to talk more soccer.